Hey guys, thanks for joining me again, and we got a really cool video. This is the bloodiest statue I have ever seen. And I've never seen a statue so bloody and so gory as this one. And this one has Wolverine in it, which makes it even cooler. So this is another custom. This is actually my second custom, and it's by the same guy as the Revan that I just reviewed. And just got this one in. This one came in about the same time. So opening up this box, it had two large boxes. I thought it was going to be one box, but it was two large boxes with a ton of pieces. I didn't really count how many pieces, had multiple layers, and just a ton of blood splatter and unwrapping that we had to do. Take a look at that. And then let's go ahead and do a quick time lapse of putting this together. I couldn't include the whole thing because it just took so long, but check this out. So anyway, let's look at the design. This is, Wolverine versus the ninjas. It's not based on the movie. This is the comic Wolverine. And basically, in 1982, Frank Miller and Chris Claremont had an idea to come out with a 4-issue miniseries. It was actually Wolverine's first solo comic. So it had a Wolverine and basically the hordes, the Japanese hordes of ninjas. So that's where the initial idea came from, and it was a successful comic. I haven't read it myself, kind of just read up on it a little bit. Talking about setup, just to start off, if I could rate setup 1 to 10, this was just about a 9 or 10. I mean, there was so many, as you can see, blood splatters all over the place. There was so many pieces. It was very difficult to put together. Actually, it took me a while, but the cool thing is that he actually labeled all the little pieces with a number and a letter just to help you with it. But I still have a few random pieces around that I'm trying to find the places for. But I'm not saying that in a bad way. Actually, I enjoyed it. It was almost like a puzzle. Kind of just kick back on a Friday night and put this together. So comes with 2 head sculpts, as you can see. One is a standard sculpt with his head and a kind of an angry face, and then you have his face kind of torn off on one side where you can see the adamantium kind of underneath the skin there. Really cool. So just to start off, this is Disney's worst nightmare. I mean, that's the benefit of having custom pieces, custom non-licensed pieces, because this is something that Disney would never approve. Of course, as you know, with a licensed piece, you have to send it in. It has to meet their ideals, their quality, and all their standards. So this is something, the makers of Snow White, Cinderella, Frozen would never approve with a disgusting, nasty statue like this. And I love it when my wife says, Mama said, this is just nasty. It's so gross. She hates looking at it. That just makes it that much more appealing. So it's just nasty. It's gory. It's bloody. It's just straight up horrific on every part of the statue. Okay, just starting at the base, you can see, it has a building with a temple with a bunch of blood just dripping down on it. And I mean, where does the base start? I mean, is it the roof or is it the ninjas? So basically you have 7 ninjas, all part of the base here. Let's turn that all the way around. Let's go the other way. And so it's a pretty intricate piece. I mean, this is pretty large, almost like there is, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another guy here, 5 full-size statues on this, and they all have their own sculpts, their own design, and they're, with their armor, their smocks, and all the blood splatter, and all the intricacies such as being cut in half, being decapitated, with all the blood splatter coming out. A lot of work went into this, and that was what makes this statue really cool there. just blood, guts, and gore. So basically, with the base, it's just, 7 or 8 ninjas all stacked up on top of that roof, and you have a lot of arrows and sais and all these weapons kind of just randomly throughout. All these ninjas, every ninja has some kind of damage to them. You got this guy, he's been cut in half, he's being decapitated. This guy has all his guts coming out. You see, all his intestines, and half of his head's missing. It was sliced in half. Coming back here, this guy's hand's cut off. You got, let's see, Wolverine's not going to hit back there, is he? No, Starscream is safe. You have this guy, he's been cut from the neck. You have all this blood splatter there. You got half of a ninja head sliding down the roof right here. And basically, these guys are getting tortured. I think the healthiest ninja is the ninja that Wolverine's stepping on. He's getting his face stepped on, but at least he's not decapitated. Oh, never mind, his leg is cut off. Okay, so anyway, everybody is just being sliced up in one way or another. As you can see, there's a bunch of guts just flowing down the back, and it's awesome. Anyway, so that's basically design. Looking at the paint's actually really good. A lot of different textures on Wolverine, especially where he's cut and sliced. You have some paint with blood, the slice that is separate from the uniform, so it's not just a smooth surface. And then you have a sword going right through him, and a bunch of arrows, a bunch of areas where you put arrows that he's going through his body there. I know I'm missing a couple there, but I'll do that later. So what else can I say about this? The price. The price is $10.75 plus about $2.50 shipping, so it was pretty hefty on the price. But after I received this and looking at all the work and design that went into this, I mean, like I said, it's like 7 statues versus just 1 statue. For $10.75, that's actually a pretty good price there. So setup wise, this was a pretty difficult statue to set up. If I could rate it between 1 and 10, I would say this is a 9, especially not having instructions, except he did put labels with a number and a letter for each spot for all these blood splatters, because it was difficult to put together, but I'm not going to say that in a bad thing. I enjoyed Friday night. This is like a puzzle putting this together. It was actually really fun, and it was really exciting after I got it all done and just mesmerized by the result there. So, I can admit, when I first put my deposit on this and I saw the updates, I was kind of like, I don't know about this. I kind of thought it was a little substandard in the idea of it. But out of laziness, I still kept it. I did have my doubts I was going to cancel it, but I'm glad I didn't. I actually had a guy that missed out on the pre-order, and he actually wanted this, so he's going to buy this. I was going to give it to him for what I paid for it, but after opening it, I was like, wow, this one's a really cool piece. So you can't really judge a piece by the updates and the pictures they put out. So really impressed with this one. I would say this is one of his grail pieces. Now, what do I like about this the most? It's the gore. Like I said, Disney would never approve anything like this. Now, can you say out of all the statues, Prime 1, XM, all that there's a gory statue like this one? I mean, this one's so unique in that sense. It really stands out, gives it a lot of presence. So I would say this is definitely a lot of presence, showstopper on the X-Men display. So really cool. Anyway, edition size is 35, so it's very low. So you're not going to see too many of these, and I don't think he's going to be making any variants of this, so he says. So this is going to be a very rare piece. Really cool. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this. There's nothing really I can say. Like I said, the paint is really good. You have the tan, the black on the building. All the ninjas have good paint. They're all black. And then all the blood you have, basically all the intestines are kind of like a lighter type red, but all the actual blood splatter is more of a dark, deep red. So it's actually a natural blood color. Really cool. Anyway, I said we were going to do the Thanos bust. We're going to do that soon, but I'm getting actually a custom display done for that. It's just for Thanos alone. I'm going to have my Thanos shrine, then I'm going to have my Iron Man shrine on the other side. And once I get that done, I'll go ahead and unbox those busts. Anyway, I do appreciate you watching. I do appreciate the support. And please join me next time with Fort Thanos. And we'll see you then.